Hi, this is Benno from Little Creeper Baits, and as you can see, we're back at the Little Creeper rigging table. Today I'm going to show you how to rig our new creature bait, the Ganesh Bug. This bait's been really effective for us. It works really good in shallow water, heavy cover, deep water. It just tends to catch a lot of fish for us. So we're going to show you how to properly rig the bait today to get the most out of it. We generally rig this bait on two hooks. We'll rig it on a 5/0 Superline EWG Gamakatsu hook right here. And we also rig it on a 5/0 off-shank worm hook round bend hook right here. This has become one of my favorite hooks here because of the more streamlined appearance, helps it get down through weed cover a lot better, and just tends to make the bait plane a little more decently, and it's become one of my favorites. However, I still tend to use a 5/0 Superline a lot when I flip, and this is my flip and rig here. I normally will use a tungsten weight, about a 3/8 to a 1/2 ounce. I use light weights a lot of times as well on this bait, and heavy weights, any weight you like. The bait really acts nicely on varying different weights. But generally when I'm flipping, I'll start with a 3/8 if the cover isn't too thick. Using a 1/2 a lot of times if it's pretty dense stuff I'm coming across. So I also like to use a tungsten 4-speed. I like the scraping noise. I don't necessarily want to shake it and make it sound real rattly or anything, but I like the scraping noise. It kind of sounds like a crawdad, and I think they like that. I also like to use a parasite clip. We found this very helpful in rigging most of our creature baits and the rototoad and other baits like that. We just like it a lot. You can rig them without it. We just think it helps a bit in keeping the bait fishing a little longer without having to mess with it at all. So again, today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use the 5/0 EWG Superline in this bait. One thing I'm going to show you quickly though is we prefer to keep the hook back a little bit in the bait. We don't like to have it sticking out, the knot sticking out or right here. The bait's pretty firm. It will keep that hook real solid right in that point, but we like a little bit more flesh up front to kind of fend off cover, keep the bait straighter. It goes through two leaves and wood a little better that way, and we like that a lot. So I'm going to show you how I do this on a 5/0 Superline EWG. So basically what I'll do is I'll sort of lay the hook up next to the bait where I want it to lay in it, just like that. Generally, however, you're going to find that most of the time for these sizes of hooks, it's going to be right where the hook bend is anyway. And then you just basically bring it straight out the bottom of the bait, like so. At this point, if you're using the parasite clip, you want to go ahead and slip that over the top of it and pull it tight. At this point, if I've got it pegged like that, I'll go ahead and snug it down to help this portion a little bit. Then you lay it up next to it like so. What you'll notice is that the hook bend is far forward of the pocket. The actual opening of the pocket's way over here. This is instrumental in keeping the bait weedless. What keeps it weedless is the pressure here with the hook bend, and you'll see what I mean in a moment. So what you want to do is you want to find the bottom side of the bait right there. Mark it with your thumb. Go straight up, almost like you're going to stab them right between the eyes. And at the last minute, inside the bait, you kind of turn it in, and you find the back of the hook pocket, just like that. And voila, it's rigged. And that is, again, what keeps it weedless is this action right here. The hook bend up in the top of the pocket. All our hook pockets work this way. The hook can almost ride free. Again, in a bait like this, it's got a lot of movement, so you don't want to leave it completely free. But the hook pocket has two stages. It's got a deeper stage in the front here for flipping and pitching and heavy cover where you really want to bury it. It graduates up slowly, so you've got a few places to put it. And then it also has what I call the open water stage here, which is kind of, it just ducks underneath the back portion of the body a tiny bit, and that would be just like that. And it's just a very light hook into the underneath there, but it works very well in most cover actually until you get to some pretty thick stuff. And then when I get to the really thick stuff, then I'll back it down and put it in the next level and bury it down inside the bait. And it's got a pretty graduated step in there, so you can actually kind of put it a little high once, and if you catch a fish and it rips out, you can go a little lower, and you got a few places to put it. So there you go. Rigging the Ganesh Bug by Little Creeper Baits. Have a good time out there. Enjoy it. Send us pictures and stories, and good luck.